Everyone wants to know how to make more commissions. They're shooting at the wrong target. The right target is, what should you do once you receive a commission? Hey everyone, it's Nick McLean, Real Estate Greatness, and 70% of all my commission checks have been reinvested. And I'm going to share with you where I've reinvested these commission checks. Because if you're anything like me, your goal is not to be selling real estate in your 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. Name one, let alone two real estate agents that you know of that have actually retired from their commission checks. They've actually been able to retire and stop selling real estate based on their commission checks. None. Zero. It's impossible. Because we're in a cash business. We're in a service business. We have no assets. We have no inventory. We have nothing. So your goal with your commission checks must be to convert that cash into capital assets, into assets that will allow you to retire, because we're in this for freedom. That's what got you into real estate, and that's what's going to get you out, is seeking freedom. So I came up with this idea, I didn't come up with the idea, but the idea that made it a goal of mine was to convert all my commissions, or as much as possible, into capital assets. So a couple tips that I'm going to give you right now to invest your commissions, because most people just think they're going to make more commissions and it's just a hamster wheel they can't get off of. Number one, most people are self-employed as real estate agents. You're an independent contractor. Well, one thing you can do that you should do right away at the end of the year, it's probably too late for 2020 taxes, is a SEP IRA, a self-employed IRA. I did this in 2009, 10, and 11. I invested $75,000, so $25,000 per year for 3 straight years while I was self-employed as a sole proprietor. I checked it today, and it was $200,000. So that $75,000 has grown to $200,000. By the time I'm 65, it'll be 7 figures, right? So that's one bucket of retirement for me when I turn 65 or 63 or 67. Whenever I want to start pulling that money out, that's one bucket. I'm not going to touch it. That was for 3 years of commissions. Now, here's the great thing about it. Those years, I needed tax write-offs. I was about to pay a ton in taxes. So during 9, 10, and 11, those were write-offs. That $25,000 was a write-off. So I saved in taxes another 30%. 30% of $25,000 is pretty good, right? So it's nearly $10,000 in tax savings. $8,000, you can run the numbers. So I saved money then because it went in tax-free. That's a SEP IRA. That's something you should be funding every single year as long as you're self-employed. A lot of us do LLCs or creative structures like corporations. If you go to your accountant, they're going to tell you to start doing LLCs because they don't want you to pay self-employment tax. It's true, you can save on taxes, but you're also going to increase your accounting bill, and that's why accountants recommend these things. I believe they recommend them way too early in real estate agents' careers. Now, once you start making, 200, 300, 400, absolutely, you need to look into these structures. But the reason I only did SEP IRA for 3 straight years is because my income was going up so high, and I started a real estate company, and I started a 401k. I don't recommend that unless you talk to your financial advisors and your tax accountants, because, probably you're not to that level yet. I mean, when I started mine, I got in a little too early, so I know the cost involved didn't quite justify it. But since then, I've accumulated a ton of savings for retirement in my 401k. A ton. I don't want to disclose it on this video, but a lot. And I need those for tax write-offs. So those are 2 areas. There's SEP IRA and then a 401k if you're an LLC or corporation. But that's nothing compared to where most of my commission checks have gone. And that is converting it into an actual capital asset. An actual asset that has an intrinsic value that cannot go away. The stock market can't wash it away. Nothing can get rid of this. And it's what real estate. You need to be using your commission checks to buy more real estate. Not fix and flip. You can do that if you want to increase your income, but you also increase your risk when you do that. I'm talking about residential income, commercial income sources. This is the way you're going to be able to retire. This is the way you're going to be able to find that freedom that you were searching for when you got into real estate. And then you got really good at real estate and your freedom went away because you were tied to your phone. In order to get out, you need to start investing in real estate. It's what you know. It's what you know. So be motivated to increase your commissions so that you can convert them to capital assets, right? And then you get that monthly cash flow check. It's like a dividend every single month. In fact, I met with an 8-figure financial advisor, net worth, eight-figure net worth financial advisor who advises people to invest in the stock market, right? Index funds, mutual funds, whole life insurance policies, right? He's really, really good at that. And you know what he told me behind closed doors? He said, I don't want to wait until I'm 67. I want money now. So I invest my financial advisor fees. So he gets like, say, 1% on people's portfolios. He invests that into real estate. Let me say that again. An 8-figure financial advisor takes his financial advisor fees and invests it in real estate because he wants the money now. He told me that behind closed doors. Very smart. It's very smart. Does he only do real estate? No, absolutely not. He also has other retirement options for himself or buckets for himself, but he does that for tax efficiencies. He's trying to save on taxes. So it's very, very smart. If you have any questions about real estate investing, well, not real estate investing, you know how to do that, but what you should do with your commission checks, because that's what really matters. It's not how much you make, it's how much you keep, right? It's not how much you make, it's how much you keep. Stop chasing the people out there that are flaunting what they're spending. Wealth is not about spending the money. Wealth is about keeping the money, right? They got it backwards, right? You don't want to be a millionaire. You want to spend $1 million. You got it backwards. To be a millionaire, you got to keep the million. You can't spend the million, right? Brewster's Millions. There's not a massive payday after you spend all the money. You got to keep it. So how do you keep that money? You build that wealth. You build it through capital assets, real estate, that give you money back every month, right? So you're a millionaire that's making cash flow on the millions.